Assalamu alaikum, family. How y'all doing today? Today is a day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. I hope you all are having a blessed and wonderful day. Today is Tuesday, the second day of the work week, and summer is pretty much upon us, even though it's not officially upon us, but it's upon us because it's getting hot in many parts of the country. I hope y'all having a blessed and wonderful day. Hope you had a blessed and wonderful weekend. And the likelihood that you're having one of those days, because we all know that in this life, a little rain must fall. Always, always remember this. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Keep your hope, trust, and faith in Allah God, and He will definitely see you through. And I can definitely bear witness to that. So, getting to the topic for this video, last week, Trump he commuted the sentence for Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover is the founder of the Gangster Disciples. Um, they were founded and established in Chicago in the early 70s. And Larry Hoover was being sentenced for orchestrating the murder of a fellow gang member, allegedly. Back in 1973. He was sentenced, he's been in prison for 52 years since 1973. And what he was in prison for was orchestrating the murder of a drug dealer who robbed him. Just from what I read. So the guy who actually pulled the trigger, who murdered the drug dealer, he was released from prison back in 92, I believe it was. So he's been out. Been out, was able to go back into society. I don't know if he's still alive or not, but he was released 33 years ago. And Larry Hoover is still in prison. Still in prison. But what was so sinister is that Larry Hoover, you know, um, admitted the error of his ways, turned his life around, and was trying to turn the gangster disciples into something positive. He was trying to tell young black men to stay away from gangs. He was telling them to register to vote, telling them to do good in the community, uplifting young black men. Do you know they rearrested this man while he was in prison? They rearrested him while he was in prison and sentenced him to 200 years. 200 years. The state of Illinois did this. Not the federal government, but the state of Illinois. They sentenced this man to 200 years. And he was only convicted of orchestrating the murder of one person. He did not kill many people. He wasn't the Gambinos, the Colombos, the Genoveses, the Bonanos. No, he wasn't some crime boss who orchestrated the murders of millions. I mean, of millions, of hundreds of people. He wasn't that. So, um, and I know people. Well, he killed the. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Hell, Bernie Madoff duped people out of millions of dollars, and he's not even getting 200 years in prison. There have been many murderers, mass murderers, that didn't get this 200 years in prison, natural life. This man has already served a life sentence. Now he's on his second life sentence because he's been in prison 52 years since 1973. I think he went in when he was 22. He's now 74 years old. So I asked y'all, and he admitted when he was 22, he made some dumb decisions. Are y'all the same person? Many of us are adults on here. Well, we are because I don't allow children to watch my videos. But we are We're in our, 30s, 40s, or 50s, what so have you. Are you the same person that you were when you were younger, when you were in your early 20s? I know I'm not. I thank Allah I'm not the same person I was when I was 22 years old that I am today. I was 22, I made some dumb decisions. I was thinking with my other head instead of with this head. All I want to do was drink and smoke Black and Miles and go out here and do other stupid things. So I'm not that Ryan, and I'm not I'm 49 years old, and I was 22 back in '98. So that was 27 years ago. So I'm way past that guy. Do I still have some growing to do? Of course, we all do. Each and every day that Allah permits us to see is another day to get it right. Is another same person today that you were yesterday. That means you're not growing. We all have growing to do. We all have some maturation, maturing to do. It's part of the maturation process. Before I go any further, hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. Get a swig of water here. Voice getting a little bit raspy and dry. Nothing like some good old water, good old H2O. Make sure y'all drinking plenty of water, by the way. You want to be dehydrated because, like I said, when I started this video, it's getting hot in many parts of the country. So it's important to stay hydrated. But yeah, I'm not that same person. Sorry about that. I'm not that same person, and you shouldn't be. So what Larry Hoover did was wrong. I'm not absolving him from that. And he admits that it was wrong. He knows that it was wrong. He knows this. But he tried to fix the error of his ways and try to use it for something positive. And because he was trying to uplift young Black men, they rearrested this man and gave him natural life. They gave him natural life. So, and it's sinister. It's sinister. Like Tookie Williams should still be alive and with his family. Yeah, I know this man was in the gang culture in LA in the early 70s. I get it. He's responsible for people's deaths. Yes, I get it. I understand all that. But the state of California killed this man on the orders of then Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. Despite all the pleas, despite him turning his life around, the man wrote children's books. Tookie Williams, Big Swole, he wrote children's books. That wasn't enough. They still murdered this man. But Larry Hoover, he has to face these 200 years from the state of Illinois. I hope and pray that he gets paroled. 52 years is a long time for orchestrating one murder. Well, not even, they didn't even get him for that. For It's just insane. So basically, what he's getting natural life for is for trying to rehabilitate black men. We can't have that. Nope. Sentence. And again, like I said earlier in this video, the guy who actually pulled the trigger, killing that drug dealer who robbed Larry Hoover or stole money from him, whatever the case may have been, he's been out. He got out in the early 90s. And he actually killed this man. But Larry Hoover is still in there. But no, Trump did not pardon him. Trump cannot overturn, the president of the United States cannot overturn a state sentence. He cannot do it. So he commuted his sentence, meaning he lessened his punishment, I guess. A pardon um is what he did with he's pardoning the January 6 rioters. He's pardoning them. Commuting someone's sentence means they're still a felon. Example of this, the former mayor of my hometown, Detroit, Kwame Kilpatrick. Trump commuted his sentence. He didn't pardon Kwame Kilpatrick, he commuted his sentence, meaning Kwame Kilpatrick was paroled from prison. However, he's still a felon. He still has a felony on his record. When you're pardoned, that wipes it out. That wipes out that felony. Now, the January 6 rioters, when they get out, they will have that off their record. They will have their crimes just off their record, but not Kwame Kilpatrick. So he's still a felon. That's the difference. Because I thought that Kwame Kilpatrick was pardoned too, but he's not. And a brother broke it down to me when I was at Savior's Day. A brother who's in the NOI in Detroit, he broke it down to me. He actually visited Kwame Kilpatrick with the minister um, some years ago. But that's the difference. And again, you know, I pray Larry Hoover will get his sentence, the state charges overturned, and will be pardoned and will be a pillar in the community. The man's 74 years old. He's an old man. We need OGs like him to talk to these youngsters. We need that. He could be a pillar in the community. We need the Larry Hoovers. We need them. We need them. But 200 years is just insanity. That's just inhumane. And I know people say, "Well, he orchestrated the murder of a." Yeah, but and I'm not absolving him from that, and I'm not defending his actions. The person that was murdered was in the gang. He was in the drug gang. It ain't like Larry Hoover murdered someone's grandmother, someone's mother, someone's a little child, or someone who wasn't in the gang. He murdered a fellow gang member, a drug dealer, someone who was robbing him, stealing his money, stealing his money. Excuse me. So big difference. Murder is murder. Wrong is wrong. Yes, I understand that. But it was somebody who was in the game. Somebody, casualty of war. Some would say he was in the game. He knew what he was getting himself into, and he didn't even pull the trigger. The trigger man got off, like I said, back in the early 90s, 33 years ago. So we just got to put this in its proper context. And like I said, a pardon and a commutation are two different things. It's two different things. So no, Larry Hoover's not coming home any. It doesn't look like he's coming home anytime soon, and that's unfortunate. Hopefully he will, but no, he's still got to serve those state charges, and that's from the state of Illinois, not federal, from the state. So I don't know who the governor of Illinois is. Um, I know he's a Democrat, so it would be nice if he did the right thing. The Democrats sit up here and told that they care about Black lives. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Yeah, Black lives matter every 4 years when it's election year. How about this Black life? The life of this brother, Larry Hoover. Does his life matter? Why don't you bring him home? Drop those 200 years. Do the right thing, state of Illinois. Since Black Lives Matter, since y'all Democrats care about Black people, do the right thing and pardon this man. Oh no, I forgot. No, it's just lip service. It only time you care about Black lives is when it benefits y'all, and that's when we go into the polls. That's the only time. Or when you have a Black lawmaker who's on the left and he's carrying water for the Democratic Party. That's the only time a Black life matters. Got it. Got it. Hypocrisy. Can't do it. Whether it's the left wing or the right wing, same damn bird. I'm not sworn allegiance to any of these parties because they have not done right by us. Not done right by us. On that note, share this video, share it, share it, share it. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear your comments. So please share this video, share it as much as possible. Let's have the conversation. I know there's going to be some who disagree with me. That's fine, and I'm cool with that. However, in our disagreements, let's use logic, common sense, facts, and respect, not emotion and disrespect. That'll get you nowhere. And also, let's learn this most importantly. Let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Please, let's do that. Support my YouTube channel here, my future projects. It'd be greatly appreciated. So please, 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 please support your brother and show me that love. I can't do without y'all, these videos. So please continue to show your love and support your brother. Hit that subscribe button, hit that so you get notifications when I do videos on here, and hit that like button. Smash it up. Smash that sucker down. Brothers as well as sisters, y'all be safe out here. Beware and be aware. Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy now more than ever before. So whether you are going to work, coming home from work, running errands, many of our children are out of school now. We thank God for that they had a blessed school year for the most part. People will be taking their summer vacations here soon. So whether you're on vacation, just sitting around the house, or whatever you may be doing, beware and be aware. Satan is busy. He's busier now more than ever before. Have a blessed rest of your day. I love y'all. I will talk to y'all soon, inshallah, and I'm out. Have a blessed day. Assalamu alaikum.